Look at the picture. I need y'all to look at this picture, okay? Look, it just came out. Hey, everybody, I need you to look at this picture. Look at it now. Don't scroll, y'all. Please don't blink and don't you dare look away. Two boys in the water, face to face. The nose darn near touching each other, right? One dark, one pale. And honey, they're not talking about the weather. They are not playing around. They are not having a disagreement about who got the last hot dog. Honey, they are in a fight, a real fight, a somebody about to get hurt fight, a somebody about to go under fight. And this photo was taken at 5 o'clock in the evening. 5 o'clock in the evening. 5 p.m. Not 3. Not we lost track of time around 3. Not the last time anybody saw Nolan was 3 o'clock, remember? This was 5. When the sun is still burning, when the water is still warm, when everybody on that island can still see everything. And they want us to believe Nolan just wandered off, just fell in, just had an accident. Honey, somebody beat that boy. Somebody put their hands on Nolan. Somebody got in his face, in his space, in his grill, and challenged him. And hours later, Nolan Wells was dead. You telling me that's just a coincidence? No, I'm not believing that. You telling me that's bad luck? You telling me that is a tragic circumstances? I tell you what it is. It's a cover-up. Press 4 if this is a cover-up. And this photo just burned it to the ground. Yeah. Let me describe what I'm seeing in this photo, because I need y'all to feel it. Not just look at it. I need y'all to feel it. Two bodies. This is tense. They curled up like snakes about to strike. The dark-skinned one, and we got to talk about who that is in a minute. And he got his chest puffed out, his shoulders back. He is not backing down. He's not walking away. He is standing his ground in waist-deep water surrounded by people. He is ready. Okay? Okay? He is ready. And the pale one, he right in his face. I mean close. I mean intimate close. Violent close. The kind of close where you can smell somebody have for lunch. That's how close he is. The kind that's so close where one word, one wrong twitch, one wrong breath, and it's on to the break of dawn. And look at the people around him, y'all. Look, 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 look. The girl in the red, she froze. She ain't moving. She ain't swimming. She ain't laughing. She just watching, waiting to see who gonna throw the first punch. The blind girl walking by, she looking back over her shoulders like, wait, what? What the hell is about to happen? This is not an argument. This is not a disagreement. This is the moment up before the violence. And the second before somebody's fist connects with somebody's jaw, that's what this is. The heartbeat before a boy's goes from standing to sinking. And honey, they took this picture and they kept it and they hid it until the Cajun Navy, bless the Cajun Navy, said, nah, y'all don't get to bury this with the body. Not today. But here's what kills me. Here's what makes my hands just shake when I look at this. If that dark-skinned boy is Nolan Wells, then Nolan was in a fight, a physical, aggressive, potential deadly altercation hours before he ended up dead in that same water. And nobody, not one person mentioned a fight in their original statements. Not Warren, not Bart, not Tristan, not Katie, not Wyatt, not nobody. Oh, we were just chilling. Oh, we were just having fun. Oh, everything was fine until Nolan disappeared. With bruises on his body. And he did, come on now. He had bruises on his body, y'all. Honey, the autopsy that showed trauma. You mean to tell me a boy gets in a fight at 5 p.m.? and at 11 p.m., he's dead in the water, and y'all want us to believe them two things ain't connected? Miss me with all that, y'all. And now let me talk about who these boys are, because the moments, my kings and queens, y'all are the real investigators, and I always tell y'all that in the comment section. Y'all are the real investigators. Y'all immediately started debating. That's not Nolan. That's not Nolan. That's too dark to be. He's too short to be Nolan. Nolan didn't wear hats. That's Tristan. Nolan was 6'3". Yeah, that boy ain't tall enough, honey. And when I heard that, I heard y'all. I do. But let me flip this on y'all. If that ain't Nolan, then who is it? Because they told us repeatedly that only 2 black men was in that water. 2. Nolan and Tristan. That's it. That's the whole roster right there. That's the complete lineup. So if the boy in the hat ain't Nolan, it's Tristan. If it's Tristan and in a fight at 5 p.m., then Tristan lied. Tristan sat on Officer Tatum platform. Yeah, I have to say his name. Put him in that transcript, and Tristan looked America in the face and said to his uncle, put him on a boat and shipped him out before the boys left. Before 4:31, before the CETO call, he said bye to Nolan. Said some slick mess about Katie, and he was gone. But if he's in a fight at 5 p.m., if he's still on that island, still in that water, still throwing hands with somebody, then he never left. He was there. He saw Nolan after 3 o'clock. He saw Nolan after everybody claimed the last time they saw him. He was in a fight while Nolan was still alive, still on that damn island, which means somebody who said, last seen at 3 o'clock is either a liar or a fool. And I don't think they fools. I think they coordinated this. I think they sat down together, maybe at that Palm Beach boat, maybe at Warren's daddy house, maybe at the police station with the sheriffs they know so well, and they agreed on the story. Say 3 o'clock. Everybody say 3 o'clock. If we all say 3 o'clock, they can't prove difference. 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, last seen at 3 o'clock. But the photos don't lie, y'all. Cameras don't get together and rehearse. Cameras don't have daddies who know the sheriff. Cameras just see. And this camera saw a fight at 5 p.m. with a black boy in the water. And if it's not Tristan, it's Nolan. If it's not Nolan, then it's Tristan. And if it's Nolan, if that's Nolan Wells standing, 6'3", standing his ground, getting in somebody else's face, ready to defend himself, then who was he fighting? Huh? Who got in a 6'3" man's black face and made him square up like he life depended on it? Was it Bart? Bart, who said he wasn't fighting, he didn't do nothing, he didn't know Katie? Bart, who swore up and down he was innocent? Was it Warren? Warren, who said, standing on that boat, drink in hand, watching like it was a movie? Warren, who made that emergency call hours later? Warren, who looks like he just ran a marathon through hell in every photo? Was it somebody we don't even know? Was this somebody we don't even know? Was it not Nolan? Was it not Tristan? Tell me, who is this black boy in the photo, y'all? Can y'all tell me who do y'all think this is? Do you think it's Nolan? Press 1 if you think it's Nolan. Press 2 if you think it's Tristan. Press 3 if you think it's neither Nolan or Tristan. Some friend they never mentioned. Some boat boy that left out the story. Honey, who it was, whoever this is, they got in Nolan's face, and hours later, Nolan was dead. If this is Nolan, because this is what they're trying to say. So you tell me 2 things ain't related. Now, let me bring in something that don't get talked about enough. The autopsy. the one they keep hiding, the one Mississippi is treating like a state secret. They said Nolan body showed bruises, trauma, signs of, let's call it what it is, signs of beating, signs of somebody putting their hands on him, signs of a struggle. And when I look at this fight photo, when I see two boys quarrel like they are about to unleash hell on each other, I think about them bruises. I think about what a fist does to a jaw. I think about what happened when a boy goes under in a fight and don't come back up. I think about what it looks like when your friends hold you down instead of pulling you up. Y'all, what if this fight didn't stay in the water? What if it started in the water at 5 p.m. and it ended up somewhere else? What if they took Nolan somewhere private? What if they drugged him? Yeah, I said drugged, because we know they had more than Dr. Pepper on that damn boat. What if they drugged him and then put him in the water? What if the fight was just the beginning, the spark, the match that lit the fire? And they want us to believe he drowned accidentally. A 6-foot man who was swimming in that water all day, a man who was standing his ground in the fight, a man who was alive and angry and ready at 5 p.m. And by 11 p.m., he's dead with bruises, with trauma, with nobody able to explain what really happened. Honey, I wasn't born yesterday and I wasn't born last year. I know what a cover-up smells like, and this reeks. This smells like a beach on a crime scene. This smells like a sheriff's office with the AC turned up too high, trying to freeze the truth before it rides. The smells like daddies making phone calls and sons getting away with murder. That's what this smells like. But honey, if it ain't just a photo, it ain't just my eyes. We got witnesses, real witnesses. Not just friends who got the same story, not the boat boys who suddenly can't remember what time it was. Real people who saw what happened and said it out loud. Matthew, did y'all heard about that? Matthew, remember that name. Write it down. Tattoo it on your forehead if you got to. Matthew Lamp said, and I quote, "'Cause I want this in the record forever. One of my passengers is pretty certain he was a part of a group that almost fighting around 5 p.m. Yeah. The Bird'em with the blue top left shorty after that and left pretty fast. Almost fighting. Almost. Matthew, baby, look at this photo. Does this look like they almost to you? Does this look like a disagreement that got de-escalated? Does this look like two boys who shook hands and went back drinking? No. This look like a fight, a real fight, a somebody about to get hurt fight. And Matthew passenger saw it, y'all. At 5 p.m., the same time this photo was taken, the same time everybody said Nolan was already gone. And then the burnt ram with the blue top gone, left fast, like they saw something they wasn't supposed to see. Like they was trying to get somebody out there before the Coast Guard showed up, before the Sea Tow came with their GPS coordinates, before the truth could catch up to the damn lie. Fast. They left fast. And you know what people leave fast? You know what that means? When they guilty. That's what type of people leave fast. When they scared, when they know they just witnessed something or participated in something and something cannot be explained away as a tragic circumstance. And the KV Navy report, honey, they said they could not confirm the fight because some girl jumped in like, how dare you? That never happened. Never happened. No fight. Everything was just fine. We was just having fun. Well, sweetheart, the camera disagrees. The camera said it did happen. The camera says two boys was in each other's faces at 5 p.m. The cameras also say people was watching. The camera says a boat left in a hurry. And the camera don't have a daddy who knows the sheriff. And I want to know, what do you guys think about this? Do you think they were fighting on that island? Press 1 if you feel like they were fighting. Press 2 if you feel like they were not fighting. But let me tell you what really makes my blood run cold, y'all. What really keeps me up at 3 o'clock in the morning just staring at this photo like it's a damn horror movie? Warren. Warren was in the background. Yes, he was on the background. On the beach boat, standing there, drinking his hand, looking like he just got off a double shift at the paper factory. Yeah, I said it. Hard paper routine and all. And he just watching. Now, how he watching if this is 5 p.m.? Can y'all make that make sense? I thought he done left before 5. Honey, but Warren, he ain't swimming over to break it up. He ain't yelling, stop. He ain't calling for help. He just standing there on his boat with his drink, watching 2 boys, one of them possibly his friend Nolan, about to throw hands in the damn water. And then hours later, he makes the emergency call. He's the one crying about Nolan in the water. He's the one who can't keep his story straight about what time, what boat, and what happened. You watch them fight, Warren. You watch him get in his face and stand his ground, defend himself. And you just stood there and just slept on this drink. You just let it happen. Or worse, was you in the fight? Is it more than meets the eye? Did you know what was coming, Warren? Did you know that the fight was going to lead to something else? Did you help plan it? Did you help cover it up? Honey, I don't know. I'm not a detective, but I know what I see. I see a man watching violence happen and doing nothing. I see a man who later made a phone call about some type of pump. I see a man whose timeline don't match the photo. I see a man who looks guilty in every single picture, not because of what he's doing, but because of what he's not doing. He's not helping Nolan. He's not stopping it. He's not telling the truth. And he's just watching like it's entertainment, like it's a show. Like Nolan Whale's life was a movie he could just pause, rewind, and edit how he wanted it. But honey, you cannot edit a dead body. Warren, you cannot rewind or drown it, and you cannot pause the truth. And it's coming for all of y'all. Do you hear me? And now, honey, we got the part that makes me want to scream sometimes. Whew, that makes me want to just drive over to Mississippi myself and hand deliver this photo to every juror, every judge, and every reporter, and everybody else with a pause. A commenter said, and I wish I could find this person and hug them, okay? We have to worry about the lack of evidence that might be submitted to the grand jury to protect all involved. Lack of evidence, not what they have, what they chose to leave out, what they decided the grand jury don't need to see, what the DA might not, who might know the sheriff, you understand? Who might know Warren's and Wyatt's daddies, who might be getting phone calls at 2 o'clock in the morning. What the DA decide is not relevant. This photo, this fight photo, this 5 p.m. timeline destroyer, they might bury it. They might say, oh, that's not conclusive. That's not clear. We cannot prove that's Nolan. We cannot prove that's a fight. We can't prove the time. Honey, but we can. We got the photo. We got Matthew's statement. We got the GPS coordinates. We got the commenters who spotted 7 people in that group. We got people saying the beads don't match the 4th of July. They match Mardi Gras, which means these photos might be from a different event they trying to pass off as the 4th of July. We got more detective work in the comments section than the FBI have done in 10 months. And the grand jury might see none of it. They may not see none of this. Then what the hell is a grand jury for? Huh? To rub stamps, whatever the DA puts in front of them, to nod and smile and say, no bill, while a dead boy rots in the ground and his mama cries herself to sleep. No, I don't accept that. I would never accept that, and neither should you. Honey, kings and queens, listen to me. Listen to me good. We started with a photo, a single photo, two boys in the water, face to face, about to unleash hell on each other at 5 p.m. on the 4th of July on an island in Mississippi. And now we know that the photo destroys the 3 p.m. timeline. It destroys that 3 p.m. timeline. Now we know the photo proves somebody was lying. Now we know the photo shows a fight, a real physical potential deadly fight that nobody mentioned in their original statement. Now we know that Nolan Wales or Trishan, whoever that black boy is, was in a fight hours before a body was found in that same water. Now we know Warren Watch. Now we know a boat left fast. Now we know Matthew Lamps passengers saw it too. Now we know there are 7 people in that group. We only got names for some. Now we know the grand jury might never even see this. But honey, we saw it. We saw the fight. We saw the lie. We saw the cover up. And we are not going to look away. So here's what your survival manual look like. When they show you a timeline, you ask them, but what about the fight? When they say at least seen at 3, you say, then who was in that water at 5 p.m.? When they say no evidence of foul play, you hold up this photo and you say, what do you call this? Nolan Wales did not drown by accident. Nolan Wales was in a fight. Somebody put their hands on him. Somebody got in his face. Somebody challenged him. And hours later, he was dead. That ain't no coincidence. That's not a bad luck. That is not a tragic circumstances. That is murder. And this photo is the proof. Keep saying his name. Nolan Wales, y'all. Say it loud and proud. Say it until they cannot ignore it. Say it until the grand jury has to see this photo. Say it until the FBI does their damn job. Say it until the Mississippi gives up that autopsy. Say it until somebody involved in this cover-up is behind bars, okay? Woo! Honey, I need y'all to drop it. Drop 3 if you believe that fight led to his death. Huh? Drop a 7 if you think the system is protecting the killers. And share the video. Not for me, for Nolan. For his mama. For every black boy who ever stood his ground and paid for it with his life. All right? Honey, we will not silence the truth over here. Do you